time or two. I've definitely heard it a couple times.
I'm assuming you have
The number?
Yeah, on average, on a day.
It depends.
2, 5?
When I'm in the greatest city in the world, Salt Lake City, I get a lot.
Yeah, they've kind of adopted you.
Yes.
Yes, they really love you guys.
I think just me. We're not talking about the other guy.
Yeah. And let's be honest, so getting prepared, I looked at some of the 25-year anniversary stuff that happened last year, right?
Yeah.
And now you may be a little too close to the situation, but from an outsider's view, you were the only one that I can recognize.
Well, yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think
You still look like, I can see that the kid is you, and you are the kid.
Yeah.
But then some of them have turned into huge muscle-bound weirdos.
yeah, Marty, yeah. He was a little guy, and now he's 300 pounds all muscle. I was frozen for 10 years. They cryogenically froze me. While I am a little up there in the age, I look still 25.
Yeah, you did all those Disney movies, so they're
That's right. They froze Disney, and they freeze me. Yeah.
Now, do you find that was helpful or hurtful as you
Getting frozen?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm assuming that is a calming sense. If Captain America can do it, so can you.
That's right. Yes.
I mean, through your career, did you find that looking like the kid, I'm sure it helped immediately when you see the big one?
Sure. I'm sure it helps, and possibly could hurt sometimes, but I would say most of the time it helps because it kind of opens the door and everyone, or people generally know, maybe know who I am, and it I think has always aided in things. And you feel like you know each other, so it's nice. It's a good way to start.
Well, let's talk about Sandlot, because it is a Utah movie.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah.
11.
No, that's not the only person.
No, come on.
It is a Utah movie, so I love it because it's got Karen Allen in it, who's the this lady ever.
Is she a Utah native?
No, she's just amazing.
Yeah.
She's very fantastic. And I'm watching the movie, and then I come here today, and I'm trying to figure out, you shot it in the summertime.
Yeah.
Why aren't you guys just dripping with sweat every second of that movie?
I think we are. We're dirty, and we were running around, so normally when you film a movie and you're running around, they spray you with water to actually pretend sweat. But we had none of that on this movie. We were just all actually sweating.
You don't need it.
No. Except, fun fact, I forget the city that we filmed the pool scene in. Was it Ogden? Okay, I was right. Ogden. Thank you.
These guys are here.
Yeah, and that was in the summer. It was the only day that wasn't 100 degrees. It was like 50 degrees. And I don't know what happened, but you can see squints just like shivering in the pool. And it was not from nerves, it was from actual just being frozen.
So did you know how to play ball before you got this, or did they have a training session for you guys?
Both. I knew how to play baseball. I actually played second base a lot, so I never really experienced catcher, which is not easy on the knees. But it was, I had, grown up playing baseball, just, being a good America's pastime. And then we also had like a little training camp for about 3 weeks. We trained in LA and training, I'm making it sound like we were like pumped iron or something. We just played baseball on a baseball field, had fun. And then when we got out here, we filmed the first scene and then had another 2-week break where we had a coach and we just played baseball and got to know each other, which I think was smart because even more important than the baseball was we really became best friends just from hanging out for 2 months straight,
So did they film it in chronological order? So the meeting of the kids was before this 2-week period, and then after the 2 weeks is when you started to chill?
I think they didn't film it in chronological order. They did, for some reason, they filmed that one scene, the pickle scene, when we were in at school, when we were just leaving school. So that was the first scene they filmed, and then we took some time off and just got to know each other, but then they would jump around and film. They film in blocks, so, everything, we would probably be at the Sandlot for a month and film all the shots in the Sandlot, and then we were probably in Ogden for a week and filmed all the shots in Ogden. I'm sure where was Vincent Drugstore? Which one?
Midvale.
Midvale, okay, so yeah, then we were there, there's a couple a couple different things there. And I was 13, so I was sitting there. I just remember what it looked like.
You don't have to be 13. You get lost easily.
I wasn't driving, that's for sure. Maybe I was, but not lately.
I like the grid system here. If you don't like
The one-way streets?
No, just the way everything's labeled. I have a hard time. If you don't know where the temple is, you're lost.
Right, yeah.
But everybody knows where the temple is.
But exactly, at least you have the temple and you know where the temple is. You can't get that lost.
So, when you did the Sandlot, it seemed right after that you turned into the kid in the sports teams movies.
Yeah, you can say it, the chubby kid in the sports team. That's what it is.
I'm not trying to say that, so I don't want to say the chubby kid.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Where if it gets over a certain temperature, you just sweat no matter what.
Yeah, like right now.
And this is my third shirt today.
Oh, good, yeah.
So, but you see, is that something that you were looking for, or is it just happen to be? Because I know it gets typecast sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I really, I am what is known as a character actor, so my job as an actor has always been to play different characters. And, while I look like Leonardo DiCaprio, I just don't happen to get all the roles that he gets. So, I don't know, I don't think it's ever been anything but what I do. I find it to be quite rewarding because you can always play someone new. I haven't really ever played another role like him. That was a very specific role where I was like the protector of the Sandlot, and while I was the loudmouth, there was still something I think endearing about the character. And there's always been a different role, and Son-in-Law was different, and the Big Granny was different. And so I find it to be kind of a preferable way to do it.
Well, in about 2 questions, I'm going to open it up for you guys. So if you have questions for Patrick, there's a microphone right in the main aisle.
Or that guy in the back will just yell it out.
Yeah. So if you want to start lining up, and try not to block anybody, if you start lining up now, and then... so, The Sandlot is coming back.
Yeah, TV show.
Disney Plus, which I believe half of Utah already has signed up for.
Oh, good, yeah.
How many people have signed up for Disney Plus already? That's enough. That's good.
Yeah. That was like a point.
So, I know you can't reveal too much.
I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, please tell me the ending of Rise of the Skywalker.
Well,
so now there's a Disney family.
Well, the Emperor comes back, and God, that's terrible. It's going to come out that I blew it.
No, he's on the poster.
Luke isn't dead. Neither is Han. I'm sorry, I don't know anything. If Han Solo comes back, it's awesome.
I mean, we never saw the body.
That's true.
The Emperor fell through, and he's coming back.
And what's his name got cut in half? Darth Maul.
And he got some spider legs.
Yeah, well, I'll take spider legs. On Luke's hand, So, apparently technology has gotten worse than those over the years. That hand was perfect. Oh, sorry.
If you go to the Galaxy's Edge, they've got a robot turning to spit, and I guess apparently you just can't have a motor, you have to have a motor inside a robot. So,
makes sense. All I know is I saw the Emperor out there somewhere.
Yes.
And he seems like the nicest guy, but I still was freaked out to say hello to him. I'm just scarred for life.
I also have to monitor his panels.
Yeah. I mean, out of all characters, that is the most terrifying.
It sounds like the most fun. All you know, and yell, and he's amazing. He is fantastic.
And so what was your question about the Star Wars?
Well, you're talking about Disney Plus because the Sandlot is coming back, and most of you are going to be included in some way.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much you're saying.
I know, it's kind of exciting. I think what I've said anytime anyone asks, and Disney has not called and slapped me on the hand, so I think I'm safe for what I'm about to say, but it's sort of like, think of Cobra Kai for the Karate Kid, like that kind of a thing, where it's years later and we have our own kids, and from what I understand, because we all kind of got together and had a meeting, and I think my storyline has a lot to do with Squints' storyline, so that's kind of fun, because I've known, out of all the guys, I mean, I've gotten a hand with all of them, but Chauncey and I who played Squints have sort of, over the years, stayed in touch the most, so I think that'll be fun for us to do.
Yeah, because I was watching a lot of the reunion stuff, and it's like you were saying that most of the guys you hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah, Tom Gowrie, who played Smalls, I had not seen in 25 years, and Marty, I had seen over the years a few times. It's, it's hard to recognize him now because he is Hulk.
I love how he was talking about he was going through Vegas and people recognize him, and like, no, they don't.
Yeah,
no, they don't.
No one recognizes him. But then when you meet him and you actually talk to him, then you recognize him. Yeah. I mean, he looks good, I gotta say. He's, it's not a bad look. But, and then Brandon Adams, who played De Nunez, I've seen him a few times over the years, and the other guys too, but most of them have been 25 years, so it was pretty cool.
Well, my last question before I open up to the rest of the folks, you're a podcaster.
Yes.
I'm a podcaster, so it's written in the rules of podcasting brotherhood that I have to promote your podcast.
Yes.
So tell us about your podcast.
Well,
and of course you can get that on iTunes anywhere you get podcasts. But what do you talk about on the show?
Well, the name of it, I don't know if you've heard this line or anything. It's called "You're Killing Me." It's just something that came to me. I thought I do, yeah. I thought I would, yeah. I said, yeah. Wow. Channeling my inner Sandlot.
It's better than you know yet.
Oh, yeah. I just said, yeah. Anyway, I thought that I would roll with "You're Killing Me" and name the podcast after that. And it's just with me and two of my oldest friends, and it's a sports podcast. It's sports infused, so it's sports for the casual fan. We're not like, Moneyball, Cybermetrics, or whatever all that stuff is called. But we have fun, and then it's entertainment. So we just talk about topical things and movies and TV and things like that.
So what made you want to do a podcast?
I got this great garage, and I was like, this is just going to waste. And who parks their car in the garage? I sure don't. So I turned into a little podcast studio, and we have fun.
The Mark Maronson podcast.
That, exactly. So I guess what made me do it is I am a big fan of What the Podcast.
WTF.
Yeah, there you go. WTF, yeah.
All right. It's Mario.
Hey.
What's your favorite old school video game and new school video game?
Whoa. Well, it's funny that you ask, because on my podcast I just had a Millennial Gen X challenge, and one of the challenges was video games. So I picked, we didn't talk about favorite, but I think my favorite was probably Tecmo Bowl, or honestly, could just be Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo. And new school, I haven't played video games in a few years, so the last game that I was really addicted to was Tiger Woods Golf. And that just made me stop playing games, because I was wasting my life on Tiger Woods Golf.
So obviously you played LA Raiders, so you can go Jackson and Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, absolutely.
The 99.
And then you just keep running.
Yeah, you just gotta zig once in a while.
Yeah, that was the greatest game of all time.
Well, if you're not a big gamer, I recommend you to get into one and to really ruin your life as far as not have time.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption, I'm sure you probably in some of your travels have met some of the voiceover actors.
Some of them.
So play that game. That game will suck the time right out of you.
Yeah, the problem is I do have that addictive personality, so when I start, I just can't stop. I have a wife now and a kid, and they will both look at me disapprovingly, so.
200 hours of your life.
Hi Patrick, thanks for coming to our con.
Yeah.
I would just love to know what your experience was like auditioning for the Sandlot.
It was a funny one because I was the last guy cast, so it was very last minute, and all 8 of them had already been cast. So normally, it was my first job ever too, and normally you would have a bit of a process, like you'd audition for a casting director, and then you go back and do the director, and then maybe have a third call to make sure they like you, or they do a thing called mixing and matching, where they have all the potential characters, especially in a project where there's an ensemble cast, and they'll have them read and flip-flop and read that one just to see how the chemistry is. But I did none of that, and I just had one audition for the director, and it was so last minute that basically they called us the next day and said, "You don't have the job, but we want you to come out to the baseball field and meet all the kids. And if you get along with them, then you'll get the job, so you've got to get along with them." So I was bigger than all of them at the time. Now they're all bigger than me, but I told them, "You're going to get along with me." Now I could never tell Marty that. She tells me that. And they go, "Okay, Marty."
She did the same thing to me before we came on.
That's right. But I'm bigger than you, so.
Are going to be charming. Probably.
But it was a cool process, yeah. There's 11.
Does the saying you're killing me smokes, does that bother you at all? Like, it's like, for Sean Wallace's sake, like, his inconceivable line drives me nuts when people like still talk about that.
Wait, who does?
So he's asking,
No, I heard.
so all Sean does, it's inconceivable all the time? Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't. Yeah.
I know, so, no, that was
No, I like that. Good job.
I feel-
Let's give him a round.
No, that one, that was awful.
No, I don't. It doesn't bother me. I think it's pretty great because this is why, at least for me, I've always wanted to be an actor, is to do something and do a movie that kind of means what Sandlot has meant to so many people. And when you meet a lot of generations, like your grandfather and the daughter, and then the daughter's 2 kids now that are your age and know the Sandlot. I mean, how old are you?
15.
Yeah, this movie was made almost, I don't know, like 17 years before you were born. So that's pretty special that, someone who's 15 is, I'm assuming you've seen the movie, right? Okay. And you like the movie? I don't want to put words in. Okay. It's just cool. It's like, that's pretty special, 3 generations. I'm hoping it gets to 4. So your kid wants to sit in the deal?
Almost every experience is someone who just absolutely loves to see it.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's like, oh, there's that guy.
Yeah, sure. Once in a while. But it's not that bad,
That's how I was like, oh,
Yeah, but generally, no, again, 99.9% of people are excited. How could you not be excited back? Unless you're a jerk. It's the most important.
In Sandlot, what was your favorite scene to shoot?
My favorite scene to shoot, well, the 2 scenes are back to back in the movie. It's the scene where I confront Phillips on the Sandlot and say those terrible things to him. Actually, quite a nice guy. And then the next scene is when we're on Phillips' diamond and I'm talking trash to all the batters. I think I enjoyed that run. While we filmed it in totally, different times over the filming schedule, the scene on the Sandlot was originally written for Benny, and he was supposed to do the insult scene. And we were far enough along in the movie that I think the director knew that Benny was sort of becoming this legend, this hero, and he didn't want his hero to trash talk, something like that. But he thought, you know who could? And so that was cool. It was a kind of a fun. I got the script that morning in the trailer and had to learn the lines, which weren't very hard to learn. And then the other one was fun because a lot of it was improv. But it wasn't all me improv. It was actually the director and I did it together. He had a bullhorn in the dugout, and so he just had one take, and each Tiger baseball player would come up to the plate. So he'd yell an insult the director at me and say that, and then I'd kind of chuckle to myself, and he'd say, stop laughing. And I go, what? It's funny. If your dog was as ugly as you, I'd teach him, so then I just recited it. I had a great time, so it was a lot of fun,
So how many times did you have to eat s'mores?
Probably not enough. Who doesn't like eating s'mores?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a chum bucket scene, was it?
No, that scene was great because Tom Gyrie, who played Smalls, is really the unsung hero of that scene. He is so hysterical in it, and just his deadpan. Some more what? I haven't had anything yet, so I would ask some more nothing. We were all dying, laughing, so and I had a mouthful of s'mores while I was laughing, so we just kept eating. It was just constant.
Hey, you were in one of my most favorite X-Files episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And I just was curious, what was that like to work with David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson?
That was great. It was funny because that episode, they filmed over the span of 4 episodes, or maybe 3, so I was actually in Vancouver for about 5 weeks to just film 1 episode. So it was like filming a movie. And I had already been a fan of the show, so when I met them, it was really cool. And also, even Luke Wilson was really great to work with. Yeah, and it was a different episode than they really do. Like, it was very comical, and that was fun. So I feel like it was really special to be part of one of their kind of, out of character episodes. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, bud.
I ever went to a FanX baseball game.
Oh, a what baseball game?
FanX baseball game.
Fans? Oh, like a friend? Or like someone who likes the movie? Ah, gosh. Now I'm looking like a jerk. Yeah. Absolutely. Would you like me to come to yours? Are you here this weekend? You're playing this weekend? What time?
Next weekend on.
Next weekend. I was gonna go this weekend, I'm not here next weekend.
You got this weekend, you got an evening game this weekend?
No.
Is that your son?
Oh, no. Don't think they'd allow me to have children? Oh, I'm barely responsible.
You seem responsible. You have two different color shoes on, but other than that, great guy.
He's not even kidding.
Wow.
I can't see. Lift it up.
One's red and one's blue.
All right, when you see one say,
I haven't yet, but I wish you were having one because I'd go and make it up to everyone.
do you have any away games in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah,
Do you have any away games in LA?
We're blowing it here.
Fine.
We both are.
I am just offering solutions. That's all I'm here for.
What position do you play?
I play shortstop.
Nice. Yeah, you already said I didn't want to say it, but I'm a player. You're the Derek Jeter. You know,
I was going to say the more Garcia Park.
sure. That's so am I. Yeah. I just
Boston folks.
no one knows Noah.
Yeah.
Or not as much as
They
Jeter.
should.
That's great. I played second base. Did I already say that? Growing up, which also was a bit of a tougher position, but I love the infield. That catcher, man, I don't know how real catchers do it.
Last question, what's your batting average?
400? Nice.
It's got a good number, I can tell.
I don't really know.
I don't know. I hit like 9 out of 10, something like that.
Is always being on base?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great season.
Thank you.
It's a fine, I was hoping someone would be brave enough to lift that up.
Great job.
I didn't mean to, but it's fine.
No, you did fine, you did perfect.
Great. So you were on big shows in the 90s. You were on like Home Improvement or Boy Meets World, which I know Marty was also on.
Yeah.
So are there any, like, whether they're big or not, the like current shows that are on right now that you might be interested in being on or trying to get onto?
Well, I just did season 2 of Glow. I did a couple episodes on that, which was great.
Great thing being Olympics.
Right? And I was going to say, since, I did end up being a wrestler, it was only appropriate.
How was it to Mark?
Huh?
Did you meet Mark?
Yeah, I did, yeah. And then that's why I started listening to his podcast. And, the whole thing. He was great, and, it was cool because I don't know how many people have seen the show, but all the girls, like they were all there when I came on set, and they were all Sandlot fans. So it was really great because I was a huge Glow fan, so I was very starstruck. And we just, we got along really well. And then it was nice because it was intimidating, I said you play ball like a girl, and then here I am in an all-girls show. I messed up 25 years ago. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize.
A bunch of girls that could beat you
A
up.
bunch of girls that could literally pound me into the wrestling ring. That's right. I messed up.
Well, we didn't answer your question.
Oh.
We managed to walk all the way around it. So is there...
No, I said Glow, or what shows now that I would be
You
in?
would like to be on.
Let's see.
Be on or trying to get on to?
My favorite show right now that I'm watching is Ozark.
Oh, that's good.
Jason Bateman, yeah. I do love Jason Bateman. I'm trying to think, what else did I finish watching? I don't know, I have a 2-year-old, so I don't get through much these days. I start to watch shows that I really like, and then I'm asleep by the time, I'm 30 minutes in. So I can really focus on one, but I'd love to be on Ozark.
He really likes the first third of every show out there.
So good. I mean, the first 20 minutes is the best of every show, then it starts to drag on and get boring.
Who needs a conclusion?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how does it feel going from being a kid actor and being known for doing like Disney films and doing horror like Fury?
Well, horror is a lot of fun. I personally hate horror films because I am this guy. When you know something's coming, I plug the ears because I will jump and scream louder than anyone. But I love filming them because they're not very frightening to film. But you're always like with some great special effects guy who has some gory, horrible, bloody thing falling out of something. And it's just as far as like an experience as an actor, being around, you know, things like that, it's a lot of fun to do, you know. It's fun when fake heads get chopped off, not when really, you know. And they look, it's amazing what these guys can do and how they make things look so real. I mean, it's pretty trippy. It's quite a talent. Yeah.
So what's the grossest thing you've had? Because I'm not a horror person either.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Which is weird because I do stuff with horror things all the time. And what's the goriest thing you've had to do that when you knew about it, so it didn't freak you out?
Yeah.
It's actual human brains. But it's like, what did you do that was the grossest thing?
Well, I'll tell you the freakiest thing I ever had to do is I had to get a head cast, and because I needed a fake head for something that I was doing.
Well, who doesn't?
Right. I mean, we all need a fake head.
Throw down head.
Yeah. And it was for like I forget, it was for a TV show or something, and I had to drive out to the Deep Valley in Los Angeles, which was about an hour drive, and you get the whole plaster and they wrap you and the whole thing, and it was in some dude's garage, and he puts a straw in my mouth and just wraps my head completely, like I was just completely wrapped with whatever material they did, and I'm sitting there going, I mean, I'm completely, you know, at this guy's mercy. I mean, he can do whatever he wanted to. I mean, nobody knows anything. And it was me alone, with just this thing completely covering my head and a straw sticking out in a random dude's garage in the Deep Valley. And I wanted to go home.
How long would it take to set?
It's like an hour. Like you're sitting there for an hour going, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. You know, like it's awful.
Because you can't listen to anything, you can't watch.
No, on second thought, I hate filming horror too. I take it all back. It's terrible. I like baseball movies, summer, Salt Lake City, it's much better.
Who's your favorite baseball player?
Ooh, that's a tough one. You know, I recently decided that I always answer this wrong because I think my favorite baseball player is Babe Ruth. Right? I don't think that's the right answer. But, you know, current day, I do love some Big Papi.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Taylor Ortiz, pretty up there. I've gotten to meet Justin Turner of the Dodgers a couple times. So personality-wise, he's one of my favorite. He said, and I say this to everyone now, so I've blown his cover. His alias on the road was Ham Porter. So when he would go to hotels, he would put in Ham Porter. Now he can't do it anymore because I've literally said it in every interview. Oh yeah, Justin Turner, just look up Ham Porter. So I ruined it for him, but he's really cool. And yeah, I think those two are my favorite current. Like, well, I guess Taylor Ortiz is just retired.
He's been retired for a bit.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah.
So speaking of Star Wars, how did it work with James Earl Jones?
Oh, that's amazing. You know, I don't have the best story. Marty York, who played Yaya, actually has the best story because, you know, it's funny, he only filmed for, I think, 1 or 2 days. And originally, all of the boys we all had a scene with him. So when Smalls hits the ball over the fence, and then Smalls and Benny go to get it, originally in the script it was supposed to be all of us. So we were all supposed to go over and meet him, but for some reason they changed it, probably because we were too loud and rambunctious, and it was like, I ain't putting you guys with a legend, and you're gonna embarrass me. So they did the scene, but then James Earl Jones was sitting in a chair, and Marty went up to him and said, hi sir, my name is Marty, I just wanted to say hello, and he looked at him and said, I am your father. And that was all he said to him. And then you got the story, right? But I was like, that's pretty awesome. So I don't have a story that beats that, so I just tell Marty's story. Yeah.
Hi, so I work with costumes for a living, and in the Big Green, you wore quite an elaborate costume.
I had several, yes.
Yeah. What was it like wearing all those things? I mean, they just looked huge on you.
Oh, that was a blast, you know. I think I was a knight, I was a pirate, I was so many things. You know, the Big Green was so much fun. The best thing filming that was when there was one scene where they kicked the ball and it hit my stomach and I flew back, and it was kind of cool too. They strapped a rope on my back, and we realized this was the 90s, so they let kids do stunts then. And you know, they 2-3 kicked the ball and they, pulled me back like a reverse bungee cord. So that was a lot of fun. But all those goal scenes with all the costumes and everything was a blast. Yeah.
Patrick,
Hey, bud.
Sandlot's an iconic sports movie. What is your Mount Rushmore top 4 sports movies?
Well, I'll say my Sandlot is definitely The Goonies. I have seen The Goonies 500,000 times. If I ever meet Sean Astin at one of these, I'm just gonna hug him and not let go. Yeah, he is my, I've heard he's my idol, so I'm just gonna give him a hug and get off me, dude. But
Just remember, you just gave everyone permission to give you a hug because you're going to do it the show.
that's true. Shoot. Well, I'm a hugger. What can I say? But, God, my favorite baseball movie, I mean, A League of Their Own. And probably next is Major League for me.
It's 2.
Yeah. Oh, you want all
I
of them?
want all 4.
Oh, you said top 4, you're right. Okay, wait. Major League, A League of Their Own. And I put Sandlot in there? I think that's only fair, right?
It's not like voting for yourself.
You're right. Okay, well, I think Moneyball is up there.
That's a good one.
And probably, Field of Dreams, Bull Durham. There's so many. That's what
You can do it. That's why
And Field of Dreams and Bull Durham, we take Sandlot out. Yeah.
I got an extra one out there for you. How's that? I'm here for you.
Sandlot's honorary number 6. How about that?
Well, it's automatically 1 because it's the suit.
Funny enough, I've probably only seen Sandlot like 3 times. Yeah, there, if you, because again, like Goonies is my Sandlot, so that's a movie I've seen 100 times, but I don't particularly like watching myself. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hold on a second.
1 second.
First of all,
Me too. Please come up here and ask me the question. Come on. I'm making this. No, you don't need to.
No, leave the microphone there.
Come on. No, come on.
Come on up, leave the microphone there, and you come up here.
Leave the microphone. You come up. Okay, you stay there. No, now you want to
Come on. Come on. You're okay. There's a microphone right there.
Come on. What's your name? Blaze Bill.
first of all, you knew James Earl Jones?
You know him? Yeah, we're buddies. I have dinner with him when I'm back.
Star Wars fan. And the other
As am I. What's your favorite Star Wars out of all 8 of them that have been released? Actually, we can also include the auxiliary ones. No, the Rogue One.
prequels?
Are your favorites?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right. Okay. So James Earl Jones, yeah, we're buddies. We hang on the weekends.
What was the lowest point, like the worst part
Of my life? Oh. It's just a really bad
filming?
Okay, filming the worst. That's a good question. Honestly,
Your name?
okay.
So what's your name?
Liz. That was actually a good question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. Let me think about it. Oh,
There's another one.
Liz.
What's the worst thing in it?
Never mind.
Oh, you choked at the end. It's okay.
Okay, let me think about this.
You know what?
Yes.
I got smooth gotcha. Because you said, sometimes you're killing me. I thought he actually did it because it's been a long time.
You thought I was dead? We're gonna send you back to the mic now.
Is there parents? Is there any parents in the room?
Okay, let me answer.
Does Blaze have parents?
I'm gonna answer your question. The worst part of filming Sandlot. I mean, here's the thing. We were playing baseball with a bunch of friends over the summer, so to say anything was bad is pretty hard because it was a pretty amazing experience. But I would say that pool scene physically was the most awful because it truly was like 50. Yeah, it was 55, 60 degrees, and jumping in a really ice cold pool is freezing. So I know it's terrible. It was such a curse. But that was probably the only thing. And I think sometimes, you know, you'd have to do things over and over and do a lot of, like when there was a running scene or, you know, chase scene, you would do it 10 times. So by the end of that, you get a little tired. Oh, I know what the worst thing was. The barf scene. That was awful. I take it back. That day was not fun. It was not enjoyable at all. It was beef jerky and licorice was the chew, which I hate licorice. And the throw up was split pea soup with oatmeal, I think. No, and it was dumped all over us. So, good question.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I am alive.
The real twist was he was dead the whole time.
That's right.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good. I hope this question hasn't been asked yet, but how jealous were you of the other boys of schools being able to kiss an empty peppercorn?
Next. I mean, let me tell you, when Wendy came on set, Marley Shelton, she was 18. And there were 9 boys, and the director came up to us and had some very stern, choice words for us about not even speaking a word to her. He said, "You do not look at her?" Because already she came on, you know, 9 of us were like, so, whatever. It was the greatest day and the worst day of all of our lives. Yeah.
These last 2 questions went dark and creepy.
Yeah.
Rescue us, Fairbank, guys. Rescue us.
Okay. Ladies, still one more questions about the puke scene. And we came a little late, so I'm sorry if this is a repeat question.
Okay. I gotta go, I'm so sorry.
Did you ever think that when you said "you're killing me smalls" and you made on that t-shirt, was ever going to be like a household phrase? Everyone says it. I mean, generation to generation.
I did. When I said the line, right after the shot, I looked at the director and said, "You know this is gonna be a household phrase."
It's going to be a meme.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means now, but 25 years from now, it's just
The whole thing. No.
Can you a little bit more because this is going to be a big thing?
I think no, they're not at all. You know, funny enough, Timmy Timmons, Victor DiMaria, found one of the old scripts recently and they put it on Instagram. And the original line was, "You kill me, Smalls." So it wasn't even, it was different the way it was written. So somehow, on the day it became, "They're killing me, Smalls," which I think has a better ring to it. But no, there's no way that I thought it was going to be like that. I mean, it surprises me even to this day that when I hear it, you know. My son and I, or my wife and I bring our son to a little park in LA, and there's this really cool like outfield where you can kind of sit on the grass, and there's 3 Little League games going on, so I like to bring him to, you know, get him interested in baseball. It's a little early for him. But sometimes I go and sit there and I'll hear the 15 to 12-year-old kids yelling, "You're killing me, Smalls," and you're like, this is weird. So it's crazy. And again, though, it's an honor, and I'm humbled, and it's awesome, you know.
Is it weird for your kids to see your face on t-shirts?
Well, I only have one, and he's a little over 2, so not yet. But I'm sure someday I will annoy him thoroughly.
That's your fatherly right.
That's right. I can't wait. You're killing me, Dad. Is what
Well, the movie is legendary. It's going to go from generation to generation.
Yeah.
It has been. And it's the one phrase that my entire family uses the most. So there's so much love for you and
Thank you.
the whole cast and everything. So thank you so much.
We're back at you. Thank you.
Your guys, so you and Ollie Shore, your guys' relationship is so funny and son-in-law.
Yeah.
Was it like that off screen as well, or just on screen?
No, he's a real jerk off screen. No, I'm just kidding. He's actually, it absolutely was that way off screen. He, you know, I think people don't know how nice of a guy Pauly Shore really is. I mean, he's like, I'm an only child, so he was kind of like a big brother to me. And he really took me under his wing during all the filming of that. And, you know, he's the reason I got the movie too, because I auditioned for him. And we had a little fun interaction. action, and he in the audition he got really close to me, and so I just improvised in the scene in the room, and I went, "Mom!" and I just screamed for my mom, and he started cracking up, and literally I think an hour later I had the job. But he was amazing. I mean, it was quite an experience because I was the only kid there too, you know, and he was also at the peak of all those Polly Shaw movies, so it was really special, and I had a lot of fun. He squeezed my cheeks a lot, but you know,
Beef through the juice.
yeah, they've stretched a little bit.
Do you own your Killing Me Smalls t-shirt?
Apparently your business manager is
Yeah.
You get royalties from that.
Do I own one? I think someone gave me one, and my wife has it in a drawer somewhere. It's not something I tend to wear a lot. But hey, you're kind of like looking in a mirror there, big guy.
And that so he's running.
Yeah, he's running. He's got the
Not even
running
back,
mirror.
not even looking back. Not once.
My ginger brother.
What was your favorite thing about Utah when you were here filming Sandlot?
Gosh. I think, you know, I don't even know where we stayed, but we had this great condominium, like, you know, apartment complex that we all stayed in. It had this an outside pool that you swam under to go inside, so it was a little dual pool. And those are some of my favorite memories from there because, you know, when you film a movie when you're a kid, they can only film you 8 hours a day. So we have a lot of downtime, and then I don't think they could film Saturday and Sunday either, so it was like a 5-day work week, but we just had a lot of fun hanging out and, you know, running around town and doing great things, so that was the fun part of it.
So my question about downtime.
Yeah.
I understand in Utah you went to the movies and you saw a specific movie
Yeah,
that
but I've heard this story.
That's what I want to verify.
I don't know. Marty York claims we went to basically instant. I don't know that.
I can't even believe they shot that in Utah.
Me neither. I mean, it was 1992, so it had just come out, but...
So that you're right now where you're saying that is...
Look, again, so I'm not going to argue with 250-pound pure muscle Marty York, but...
You're pleading the fifth.
Yeah.
Okay, he's pleading the fifth.
I'm pretty sure we paid for a different movie, and maybe some of us, like, snuck in and ran out, you know. Or 13-year-old boys, what do you want, you know?
Hey, I just have to ask, in the show, The Big Green, the scene with the Cheetos and the birds, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Was those trained birds, or could that really happen? Because that was really fun.
No, I think we're trained birds. Yeah.
What birds?
Yeah, that would be terrifying. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. So speaking of Wendy Peppercorn and awfulness, with the modern conversation surrounding sexual assault right now, how do you think?
We were 13 and we did not do anything wrong.
They were sternly told not to.
And we listened.
I'm just saying, how do you think that scene has stood the test of time?
Oh, because right. Well, listen, they did end up getting married at the end of the movie and had 9 kids. I don't know. I mean, he's...
We're gonna take that as an answer and move on.
It's a good question. You know what? He's going to get back to you on that.
I will. You won't like my answer, but I will get back to you. Sir. No, that's not free.
Well, it's mine.
Enterprise, you take that.
Anyway, so growing up, Sandlot was mine and my brother's favorite movie. He can't be here today, so he wanted me to ask you, how much did you enjoy your time with the dog that played Hercules?
A lot. You know, the cool thing about Hercules was there were 3 dogs. Yeah, because those dogs are really big, and Utah's really hot, so they had about 10 minutes of, you know, good movie magic in them. And then they would just pass out and start drooling everywhere. So they had 3 of them, and then they also had, like, one of the dogs was this giant male dog, and he was sort of the show dog. So anytime you saw Hercules just kind of sitting there, or a big paw or anything like that, they used him. And then they had a smaller female who was the running dog, and she was just the fastest out of all of them. So anytime you see a chase scene, it's usually the female, and then there was a third dog that sort of did, I think was medium and did both, but you know, you don't realize how much goes into it. There was a trainer there the whole time, and a couple trainers, I think, and I mean, bull mastiffs are very large. They're big dogs.
So, kind of tying into my brother's question, I have my own question. So, my favorite scene.
Wait a minute, we didn't know.
Sorry, there's not two questions.
Right, harder to that.
So, my favorite scene in the whole movie is the, Benny Pickles the Beast scene. And then there's this one scene where you're running through this like picnic, and you specifically like stop to grab this like bite of cake. And that made me laugh so much as a kid. How fun was that scene to shoot? Was it as fun as it looked?
Yes. It's cake. I got to eat cake and s'mores and hot dogs. It was wonderful. You know, the funny thing is though, because I go and grab it, and I remember to this day, turning around, I hit my head on the bottom of the wooden cake, but I powered through, and you'd never know, but I had a nice big welt on the back of my head after that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was about dedication, to the craft.
Yeah, we're going to give our last question to our Jedi Master.
I love it.
So when the kids are trying to get the ball back with a bunch of machines and stuff, do you have a favorite machine or whatever item they use to try to get the ball back? Mine is the vacuum.
I was going to say, I think the vacuum was pretty cool. I mean, the erector set was great. What else was there? There was the stick. Oh, yeah, when Yaya goes, that whole thing. That was, I think the human version where we actually put him over the fence was my favorite. You're the guinea pig. Go. That was improv too. Because I think the director had said to make some noise, which wasn't that. And Marty went, okay. He loved it so much he kept it in, but it was not what David McGivens, the director, meant. I think he was go or something. Anyway, there's a lot of fun things like that stayed in just because we were kids having fun,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Patrick is here all weekend, but more importantly, for the next hour, you're going to be down at your booth.
Yeah, I'm going back.
So he's here all weekend doing photos and autographs, but if you go down right after this, I guess it's unscheduled, or still something?
Yeah, something. I don't know.
So an extra hour, so empty this room and get the next room. I'm really upset that I'm here and saying this. But go see Patrick.
Yeah, whoever's next, let's have no one in here.
Yeah, just everybody just